Small school like that. They are not great like that, but they produce president and vice president. We who are great, other day, we produce Speaker of Parliament, the legendary Michael Quay. Yeah? We produce Minister of Finance, Kwesi Boche. The president, we haven't done it yet. Small school, Prempeh College. They have one president, and if Baumia wins, they'll have a vice president. Tamale Secondary School is the big story. Tamale Secondary School have one president in John Dramani Mahama. If Dr. Baumia wins, they will have two presidents. Tamale Secondary School, small school, two presidents, John Dramani Mahama and Alhaji Muhammadu Baumia. So I'm guessing Tamale Secondary School people are going to vote in a certain way. Because if the thing goes in a certain way, Tamasco has produced two presidents in the Fourth Republic. Two. Presec, 0. Achimota, 1. St. Peter's, 0. Ivan Simpim, 0. Achimota, 2. Rawlins and Mills. Sorry. Rawlins and Mills. No, I said Fourth Republic. Why are you saying Nkrumah? It's Fourth Republic. Rawlins and Mills, Achimota, 2. And rightly so. Ivan Simpim, 0. Addis Adel, talk to you. Addis, 0. Presec, 0. Huh? Aquinas have president. Oh, but Aquinas is not when I'm talking the schools. Aquinas says, this man, if that's your school, sorry. So, Tamale Secondary School is the midfielder in this whole election.
Ghana Senior High School.
Oh, both of them are Ghana Senior High. Oh, Mahama is Ghana Senior High and Baumia is Tamale. Okay, sorry. Then Tamale Secondary School are desperate to get a president. If that were to happen, two schools in Tamale, they have two presidents. So even the Ghanaian people who went to school in Tamale, they would like to have two presidents from two schools in Tamale. So it's a big story. That's our big story tonight. Don't go anywhere. We have so much to say about that. And I'm going to introduce something we have done. Imagine. Alleluia, Yesu dina ye wa ampa. Yesu dina ye wa ampa. Imagine. Alleluia, Yesu dina ye wa ampa. Yesu dina ye wa ampa. Hey, this election go nice. Abba. I've never covered an election that you salivate about the campaign like this. Oh wow, 2024 is a big deal. Muhammadu Baumia, John Dramani Mahama, Professor Jenano Pokwajiman, and predecessor Matthew Poku Prempeh is going to be feisty. Okay, let's set the ball rolling. Tom, Campaign General, good evening. How are you? All right, Andy, we spoke this afternoon, didn't we? Good evening. How are you? We're trying to put together a flyer, to capture all the scenes about the running mate choice that has happened this evening in Accra, the Alisa Hotel, after the MPP National Council meeting. When I wrote out the script, the guys felt that, Charlie, the thing is too long. You're going to put all of this on flyer. People cannot read it. So what do? I said, okay, I can quickly go call Joseph. The guy is called Joseph Kwashiga. Note his name down. Farmhouse. I can quickly call Joseph. If he's there, I'll dash to the studio in Laboni and record a voiceover. Joseph can send it by email straight to Terry. Terry will be here. And then we all put together something. So, my guys, they are just too brilliant. So we did. So that's why at sometime 5 o'clock, we realized that because of the conversation, we have not had the flyer. So we put something together quickly, which you have seen and which some of you have liked. And we are grateful that you like it. But this was the real flyer that we wanted to put together. But the words were too many. So we put it in a sort of documentary where I read the script and Terry put it together. This is our announcement for our touchscreen analysis on the NPP for tonight's show. Have a look at this. What a story occurring at the NPP National Headquarters in Accra today. What is the story? Mumuni Baumia's son Mahmoud has selected Oyoko's golden boy Nana Poku, the chemistry titan from Prempeh College, as his running mate to rehash the Northern People's Party cum NLM alliance that birthed the UP and later the NPP. This choice comes with the full support of JB Dankwa's favorite nephew, the sitting president, and Oforipenyi Fie. Earlier, Nana Poku has sought the blessings from the West. He visited Nzima Kotoko to engage with the chiefs. The choice is heavily supported by Sekonde, Takoradi, and Esikado. The Mole Dagbanis are relishing an MPP president in their son from Mamprusi. The Gonjes are salivating another northern president, and they, the Gonjes, feel a big part of this because they have handed over their capital Damango to the MPP's Napo in 2020. The Busa and Kusasis are relishing the potential that Mumuni Bawumia's son could become president. The Bonos are a big part of this because they lead the MPP at this time through Chairman Stephen Intim. The Dangerous are eager to see another son of Apejafie climb the political ladder. All the fancy boys like Napo, and in Greater Accra, the big battleground, the Ga boys and girls will be inspired by Napo's agility and energy. Teshis Okoboy, Osulagata Ninoy Norte are both showing bright signs of winning, whilst Joseph Ado is seeking possibilities in Labadi. Oh, what a campaign this will be. Join us now on Good Evening Ghana for the rest, the full story.
To break the hate, it's possible a drama.
So that's our flyer for tonight. We're going to have a very interesting discussion. We're going to trace the roots of the MPP and indicate where this choice sits in the history of the MPP and the future of the MPP. Where does this choice really sit? And I sense that many people have been talking about this in a big way, you know. So, as I said, on Sunday there will be big activity at the Maker's House, but I don't want to let out everything. I just want to get on the touch screen. I'm being signaled I don't start talking. When I start talking, I'll say the story. So I have one story to do and then to shift back to Napo. All right, whilst I do that, let's take this montage again. Maybe somebody's just joining us. Some people see me on the street and they're always very grateful for me saying that, oh, somebody just joined, play the video again, and then they get the video for the first time. Those of you who are watching the second time, I hope it's not boring. Those of you who have just joined us, have a look at this. This is our announcement for today's analysis on the MPP running mate's choice. What a story occurring at the NPP national headquarters in Accra today. What is the story? Mumuni Bawumia's son Mahmoud has selected Oyoko's golden boy Nana Poku, the chemistry titan from Prempeh College, as his running mate to rehash the Northern People's Party cum NLM alliance that birthed the UP and later the NPP. This choice comes with the full support of JB Dankwa's favorite nephew, the sitting president, and Oforipenyi Fie. Earlier, Nana Poku has sought the blessings from the West. He visited Nzima Kotoko to engage with the chiefs. The choice is heavily supported by Sekonde, Takoradi, and Esikado. The Mole Dagbanis are relishing an MPP president in their son from Mamprusi. The Gonjes are salivating another northern president, and they, the Gonjes, feel a big part of this because they have handed over their capital Damango to the MPP's Napo in 2020. The Busa and Kusasis are relishing the potential that Mumuni Bawumia's son could become president. The Bonos are a big part of this because they lead the MPP at this time through Chairman Stephen Intim. The Dangerous are eager to see another son of Apejafie climb the political ladder. All the fancy boys like Napo, and in Greater Accra, the big battleground, the Ga boys and girls will be inspired by Napo's agility and energy. Teshis Okoboy, Osulagata Ninoy Norte are both showing bright signs of winning, whilst Joseph Ado is seeking possibilities in Labadi. Oh, what a campaign this will be. Join us now on Good Evening Ghana for the rest, the full story.
To break the hate, it's possible a drama.
This will be a very, very interesting election. All right, let's get onto the touch screen and deal with Apeku. You're going to give me something on deal with Bright Simmons. Just a little bit. We are putting some more photographs together before we get to the Napo story. So just hold on. In the meantime, let's look at this story. So it's been going on. Some people are blaming me for undermining the NDC's 24-hour economy policy. I'm sorry, I'm not undermining. I do not wish to undermine any political party's policy. What I want to do is to ventilate these issues. That is my job. Ventilate the issues and tell viewers if there are any loopholes or things that are not coming well, that are not looking good. So when I chanced on this article by Bright Simmons, I was excited because I'm not the only one then who is saying that, what is 24-hour economy? Where is it going? I mean, Bright Simmons is thought to be a big neutral, and so he says this: NDC's 24-hour economy policy not tangible, says Bright Simmons. You can call him Manche because that's how I call him, Manche. Mancha, you've not seen me in a while. Oh. Let's get to what's the lady? Olympio's place and go and drink palm wine. Bright Simmons is the only one who can serve you palm wine at midnight, and he serves it to you at Olympio's pub. What is it called? Rock something. Jam Rock. It's at Oak Plaza Hotel on the Spintex Road. That's where you'll find Bright Simmons late in the night. He'll be taking palm wine, and when I get there with him, we talk throughout the night. Bright, look for me. Look for me. It's an election year, but still look for me, okay? All right. So Bright Simmons, this is the story. Vice President of Policy Think Tank Imani Africa, Bright Simmons, has described the 24-hour economy proposal by Vice President of Policy Think Tank Imani Africa, Bright Simmons, has described the 24-hour economy proposal as more aspirational than a specific policy proposal, responding to tweets and questions from a cross-section of Twitter users about why CSO folks are not probing the NDC's 24-hour economy policy, just as they did with the New Patriotic Party's free SHS policy proposal. Bright Simmons indicated that what the NDC is proposing cannot be a tangible policy statement. More critical, this is a quotation from him, more critical, at least for me, is that 24-hour economy sounds more like an aspirational policy vision than a specific policy itself, like Kufuor's era's golden age of business or war on indiscipline. Hard to probe those, he tweeted. The perennial presidential candidate of the opposition NDC, John Dramani Mahama, but who is writing this and is calling Dramani Mahama a perennial? That's the way Akufo-Addo likes to call him, but they can talk like that at their level. You know, Akufo-Addo can call John Mahama perennial, but we can't. So please, this is not our word. We don't know that John Dramani Mahama is a perennial NDC. We don't know that. John Dramani Mahama is former president of Ghana who is running for the NDC ticket for the third time. And John Dramani Mahama has been on the ballot box every election since 2008. That's all we know. We can't use the word perennial. So please, that's not our word. Okay, the presidential candidate of the opposition NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has said that if given the nod as president, the government he will lead will implement a 24-hour economy policy that will change the country's economy. Okay, it goes on. Describing it as a game changer, the former president is using the 24-hour economy mantra as his key campaign message for the 2024 election. Just like as he said that though, has John Mahama said that he's using the 24-hour economy mantra as a key campaign message? I mean, maybe he hasn't said that, but perhaps you can glean it from the attention that 24-hour economy's definition gets. We're going to show you a 7-minute video. Somebody sent it to me. Thank you very much, bro. The guy, I don't know him, he just sent it to me. Say, Paul, you will love this. I opened the phone. I gave it to my producer. So we'll show you that video. Somebody has put together, Ghanaians are creative, man. Somebody has put together a brilliant explanation of the 24-hour economy from all sectors. You see in Asidu Ketia, you see this, you see that, and it begins with Sami Jemfi challenging the derogation that people are making of the 24-hour economy attributed to NDC members. So it's a beautiful video. He sent it to me, and we put it together. We'll show it to you in a minute. So I'm not sure whether John Mahama is saying that the 24-hour economy is his main agenda for 2024 elections. If it's no problem, but I'm saying that I'm not yet. So we really can't say that it is his main proposal. The election is 6 months away. Something can happen in the next 2 months. In politics, a day is very long, and in politics, you never say never. We'll go to the American situation, and you see how the CNN is working as a media organization, working with so much influence, trying to unseat the American president from the ballot of from the Democratic Party's ballot paper, from the American elections ballot paper. The CNN has constituted itself into a pressure group and is working so hard to get Joe Biden, the same man that they supported, unseated ahead of 2024. We'll get to that in a minute tonight. But let's stay with this story. What does it say again? Just like the NPP relied on the policy proposal of free SHS, 1D, 1F, 1 village, 1 dam, etc., Mohammed's main driving force is 24-hour economy. What has, however, become synonymous with the 24-hour economy policy is its lack of clarity and what it entails. This has been manifested in so many ways by key members of the NDC articulating some weird ideas to represent the proposal. Prior to that, the national chairman, Johnson Asidun Ketia, understands the 24-hour economy as giving electricity to foundry workers and welders at half price to work in the night. Prior to that, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa explained it as the cancellation of ex gratia and building airports in all regional capitals. Prior to that, Felix Ofosu Kwakye is of the view that people selling wache during the night constitutes 24-hour economy. And prior to that, Professor Grace Ayensu Dankwa referred Ghanaians to what happens abroad and that whoever does not understand the policy lacks common sense. Prior to that, Nana Oye Bampo Ado defined the 24-hour economy as weeding with torchlights during the night. Prior to that, Dr. William Famous Atawusu said that the 24-hour economy will see the rearing of lions, tigers, and other wild animals. Prior to that, the policy proposal appears to have no substantial ingredients for which the electorate can digest and make an informed decision on, looking at the several definitions provided for it by the members of the NDC. This lack of clarity on what exactly the 24-hour economy represents has informed Bright Simmons to describe it as empty, since it fails to define what it constitutes. Several other Ghanaians have asked what the 24-hour economy is, and the answers have not been forthcoming. I do have the 7-minute video, but I'm very, very tempted to play Atawusu first. Today, my producer was telling me that there's a new video from Atawusu. Okay, producer, please, let's play the original video from Atawusu, the one that we know, and then we'll play the new one. Keep the 7 minutes. When we come back from the break, we may play that one. So let's go to Atawusu first to conclude this Bright Simmons. Oh, the original one is not ready. Oh, the one that we've been playing every day. Okay, they have a new one. They will load it, so I should talk a little bit for them to load it. Okay. So the American flag is here tonight, and thank you, Tornado, for delivering this. It's here tonight because it's America's Independence Day, and we're going to get into the American story as well. So we have 3 big stories: Napo story, the American story, and the Kenyan crisis. Dr. Gideon Boako will join us at some point to explain to us, just take us into the mind of presidential candidate and vice president Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia and why he chose Napo's choice. Dr. Gideon has agreed to give us just 5 minutes of his time. So he'll be coming here to do that whilst we do the analysis in the studio. Do we have the videos ready? Okay, we're still waiting. Okay, they should just play the 7 minutes, the one that they prepared. Play the 7 minutes video, the one starts with Sami Jemfi. Play that.
On this platform that churns out nothing but the truth.
Right.
That all the flyers in circulation with the pictures of our national chairman, Johnson as Edwin Ketia, Joyce Muktari, Bauer, spokesperson to John Mahama, Kwaku Boahen, Joseph Yamin, Felix Ofosu Kwakye, with various quotations as attributed to them on the 24-hour economy, are all fake news.
They are?
Fake news.
Let's watch some small video, and so that we can comment. Let's watch this video.
Bread and butter issues is the 24-hour economy.
The 24-hour economy.
Very well.
The 24-hour economy. We're talking about infrastructure. He said that, look, we must continue with our program to have every regional capital having an airport. He's talked about the need to have in agriculture to have farm banks.
So I keep asking
cooperatives. So
Wakaso about 24-hour economy. Obi. Meno Wakase. Watch for one in the tongue, watch it after 6 p.m. Nipas, is it the regular practice?
Maybe because there is no demand.
Absolutely. So
At that time.
So you have to stimulate that demand.
You have pharmacies that are operating 24 hours. They provide security at a cost. President Mahama says the state will take that responsibility to provide security for you. Fuel stations no longer run 24 hours, except few.
So if I
hold on.
I'm just trying to understand. So if I should open my business at night,
I
shouldn't pay for security.
No, yes, the state
government will pay for security for me.
That is what the President Mahama says.
Is that possible?
No, President Mahama says that we are going to focus on private entities, particular manufacturing and industries. He made mention of even fuel stations. He made mention of pharmacies. The responsibility to maintain security in the state is the responsibility of the police. And the reason why fuel stations, only few, have been closed at night, happened under their administration.
How is that so?
President Mahama says is that, look, we will provide security for industries and businesses who apply to take advantage of the 24-hour economy.
And government will pay for security?
The government will provide security. What are the police there for?
Do we have the money for that?
Don't we have police officers who can patrol the streets?
No, but you're talking about security. I mean, a lot of these businesses have their personal
I am
security.
saying that the president says that personal security, would you spend so much money, for which reason you can run your pharmacy 24 hours, the state is going to take that responsibility. That is the 24-hour economy.
At what cost?
Oh, at the cost of the state?
It's a 24-hour economy. No. No, you be identify sectors you be to me abuamo with revenue, with resources, with even technical knowledge, with security. Na yabuamo ebia factory bi ana company bi with free zones. Na yabua na to me asisa because ebia omo machines nkrapo no ebia capacity no eni ho and say ye recalibration be inti it will be carefully examined, and then the companies and our factories and our business establishments are able to me adjustments no ye apart from that no so no labor and conform be ye adwuma no say ye in nhyehyɛ emra say emra sesa into even policies and laws ni nyina no ebesesa to realign into nyoma bebre be sesa nhyehyɛ ye be ye nhyehyɛ bebre, but the basic idea no say instead say wo be ye be ye adwuma 9 to 5 no ye say ye be chi aye adwuma 9 to 5, 7 to let's say 12, and then 1 to let's say 6. Now yenya more employment, yenya more resources and revenue, yenya more products and a bigger market, especially for your exports. Into yebe to me ashe poultry, yebe to me so ashe some aspects of farming and some production. Yeah, that's it. This is the idea. I know ye ma ye no wasena ye mfa wo de no ensi.
About the 40 day our 24 hours economy. Na how dey no otias here. 24 hour economy no. Obi atias here. Very very simple. Sisi ase ya buy about 10. Ekobot 10. Abona ekobot 10. Ya pon another friend another program it was it's another 24 hours na yakwa anim. Anambwa. Ya pon mo show na still on header ho. Anambwa. Who point my students na sada so from 10 to 11. Yeah, go off. Mo pon but another political program enkoso biom. Anambwa. It can be 24-hour economy. That's your host here. That's politics. Yes, not so host near Tuasu. On also point pa na omo do na musaba. Na ekọ enim. Still no pon. Obi am free say na as ejuma to aswa. Na ye pon. Mo pon but a program is program ne pon Anambwa. Program ne pon ya pon sisia empefort na omo twen. Na go say nyata no bebre because on say me kula book na dey buy. Say 1 hour na 2 hours na ya twaso and 12 2 and ya pon e kofie na mo so mo pon na fofraba the politics throughout nya policy say bia another be fofro peace FM me say mo this way mo blah 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 sa we sin na no na omo so bon wuro na say juma na ekoso and never my economy yet me boss to economy yet nya ne tan
24-hour economy no dia ya ba ni say abai ebecha electricity boa ewo fam kura edi ama enyuma yefo a mo beba adwuma anajo no ma be ya adwuma enti mo amoye fundraise mo amoye welders mo amokura eka sene ne amane ma mo hia electricity pa no mo penofo na mo adwuma emfaso aba mo a mo be sign na mo ba adwuma anajo use electricity a na ne boa ya dey akofom wo mo ya iron rods ene ya mu yusu anyama wode kese no mo be ye mo adwuma anajo a wo be hu se anyama wode boa be kofom pa aboa mo ama manya mfaso na maburu no so wo mo anya adwuma aye
megidi yesese party no tumi tina se na mo twro se senior be kono na mo nyina ma no ɛyɛ baako a megye se bɛboa yɛn
Oma prof nche wi aba.
Nti sentence na wadwen na kasa na onye correct nti na enter.
Debbie, prof.
The eyes cannot see what the brain does not know.
With the prof, with the.
I think I've just been insulted.
But
that's the same. That's the same. Ubisa in Chechemupe. This is the posture.
Yes, I think we are drawing the curtains here. My name, as you know, Akwesi Wodi Acrobat.
Home touch. Why yeah, Jumanache or experience. It is also son as here. Ministers in Obabi do ha. See you saw Babi do ha. If you are Babi do ha, throw Babi do ha. It will push a lot of guys so almost oh, you're correct. You I want the implementation you crab by or Bidi do high. Means the Ghana there. Proud to that, no. Ebema marketing value no side. Aquaso. No international communities no so had that fly by say a 24-hour economy no. I can was no. The team idea. You come go Suenya Sanson free.
That's Dr. Atausu. He looks quite great. I didn't notice him. I was being told that's a. Please play the last one again. The very last one. Play it again.
Home touch. Why yeah, Jumanache or experience. It is also son as here. Next opposite what yeah, Jumano. Now security tight. Adiatia media publicity so yeah, Juma. Eti na ministers in Obabi do ha. See you saw Babi do ha. If you are Babi do ha, throw Babi do ha. It will push a lot of guys so almost oh, you're correct. You I want the implementation you crab by or Bidi do high. Means the Ghana there. Proud to that, no. Ebema marketing value no side. Aquaso. No international communities no so had that fly by say a 24-hour economy no. I can was no. The team idea. You come go Suenya Sanson free.
But they said that they don't want Dr. Atausu to speak for the NDC anymore. Is he violating the instructions of Samuel James, the National Propaganda Secretary of the National Democratic Congress? But is it truly the same person? I can't believe that. This guy looks different. Okay, play the first Atausu. Viewers, tell me, is it the same person? The sound? He sounds very confident. I mean, he doesn't feel that he's done anything wrong. I like his spirit. He's very, very confident. He's talking about Chopba will extend his time and his schedule. The most interesting one was Sami, did I say Sami? Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. Ofosu-Kwakye said 24-hour economy means they can sell watching in the night. When I was in Presec, 1980 something, they were selling watching in the night at Rolling Circle. We were going to buy watching in Presec long. When Mr. Piodu was headmaster of Presec, that's a donkey years ago. They were selling watching in the night but today, right now, as I'm talking, if you are in Accra and you go to Extra O, they are selling watching there. If you are in Kumasi and you go to Bantama, they are selling watching there. If you are in Takoradi and you go to Market Circle, they are selling watching there right now. So what was Ofosu-Kwakye, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye talking about? 24-hour economy means selling watching in the night. But watching in the night, they've sold it. Please, let me not waste time. Atausu, let's get Atausu. The reason why I'm playing Atausu again is not because I want to undermine the police. It's just I have to be sure that is this Atausu the same person we just saw who's very confident talking about the Chopba. I like the guy's spirit, man. He's undaunted. He doesn't care about suspension. He's still speaking for the party that he loves, the National Democratic Congress. Dr. Atausu again.
The 24-hour economy, mama and papa, mom, chitifie, mom, yen and moi. John Dramani Mahama said what the modern farming techniques and the deba. And under animal farming, I will call a bit to say pudon.
ɛwɔ China wokɔ hɔ a animal farming no wonim sɛ jata ne mmoa kɛseɛ elephant ne ade nyinaa egu farm no bi enti wontimi nkɔ sɛ wokɔ akɔdodɔdɔ hɔ anaasɛ wokɔ na wakɔdua nnuane wɔ hɔ enti wodi kae sɛte a plantation ne biribiaa wie wowia ne wagya mmoa no agum na agya mmoa no gum a wobɛhia ɔmo nso a wɔmo de plane ɛbɛfa wiem na ɔmo asɛbo mmoa no nnuane ne ade na proud to that no what training expert for wɔn so ɛbɛhwɛ nkwan a friend say wɔn ɛbɛhwɛ mmoa no so boa bi yare a ebetuma wɔ no paneɛ ne ade na saa nneɛma wɔ nyinaa no ɛba so a ɛbɛboa ma wɔn awie agric ɛwɔ agricare KNUST Legon wɔn nyinaa bɛnya adwuma yɛ.
With all that we are saying, I'm quite confused. Okay. I'm confused. I'm confused and I say animal really no say animal farming no sa jatani winning no benefits. Yeah, yes. Reason is my tourist attraction. Okay, good. Because ukopudon. Now more of tourism than say animal okay. Mwana kasa no ubetimi a export to be. Okay. Who export no na sika no day enoma na ekɔ no na unya dollars. Dollars ne ba ne beba usika sama day ejina. Okay. Proud to that no te wo make exportation no movement how be no adwe say wo de enoma ni bi kɔ no ha na de kɔ no wo de kɔ no wo benya dollars na ba. Dollars ba because country bia na wo kan enoma more than the export to bia no country na ho de dey eba fo and na Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ba ya wantimi anya wa ma ho chaba eti wo mo we extension officers ne ade ni nyina no wo benya adwuma ye wo mo ye ayi for machinery for no a ye beto wo offensive land ni nyina o mo so benya adwuma ye proud to that Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia eba ya oka say obey one district one factory wantimi and he wa John Dramani Mahama say under one district one factory no wo no de obey be embark on agro.
I think we need an explanation. So, viewers, you can send a text. Is that Dr. Atawusu? Do you think he's the same one that was in the other video? All right, we are getting ready to hit our first story. Earlier today, the National Council of the New Patriotic Party endorsed the selection of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Member of Parliament for Menchia South and Minister for Energy, as the running mate to Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. 2 doctors on the MPP ticket, 1 professor on the NDC ticket. This is going to be a feisty campaign. Let's go to the text messages and take a breather with that, and then we hit the touch screen. We'll be on the highway. Anziba, what are people saying?
Thank you very much, Paul. From Alhaj Bob Sidi, he's saying, Paul, extend my greetings to Miami Boga and Pudong, 24-hour economy. The NDC cannot sleep tonight because of Napo. We have Manuel Sankofi saying, today's show is a fantastic one. Also from Clement, congratulations to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Lastly from Asante Kujo, hey, this is what I call the beauty of Ghanaian politics. Okay, Angelo, what do you have for us?
Well, it looks like Joe Dakota from Sikado Ketan is not too enthusiastic about Pudong. He says, in the frantic effort to outsmart Ghanaians for votes, they say rearing of lions and tigers will create jobs and also increase our export drive to stabilize the cedi against the dollar. Now, the multi-million-dollar question is, who is to he says, who is to tame these lions and tigers for export? Ghanaians must be cautious with these wolves in sheep clothing. Now, Alex Narco says that it's good both Dr. Bawumia and President Mahama have been vice presidents before. Moreover, Napo and Professor Nana too have been education ministers. We are going to judge them by their track records come December 7. That's it from me.
Musa Mahama has a long read for us. He says to show some of these 24-hour economic activities in Ghana to the NDC. The first one is telecommunications. According to him, Ghana's telecommunications industry already operates a 24-hour service, providing mobile and internet services to businesses and individuals. Now, the financial services, banks and financial institutions in Ghana offer online banking and mobile money transfers. Now, the health services, hospitals and healthcare facilities already operate a 24-hour service a day, providing medical services and emergency care to the population. Transportation and logistics, Ghana's ports, airports, and transportation companies operate throughout the day to facilitate the movement of goods and people. The hospitality industry, hotels, restaurants, and entertainment venues in major cities like Accra and Kumasi already operate a 24/7 service to serve tourists and locals. The security services, security agencies, including the police and private security firms, are active 24 hours service providers a day to ensure public safety and protect businesses. In the agricultural industry, he says certain agricultural activities such as poultry farming and vegetable cultivation require continuous monitoring and care, leading to round-the-clock operations. Now, he ends with the e-commerce and online services, and he says with the rise of e-commerce platforms and online services, businesses in Ghana now operate 24/7 to serve customers online and process orders. Please note that this list is not even exhaustive at all, but it provides an overview of some of the key 24-hour economic activities in Ghana that the NDC deliberately ignores or is oblivious about their existence. Now over to you, Paul.
Okay, thank you very much. People are asking me, no Jakpa today. Senior, there was no court, Jakpa court today. So Jakpa court returns next week. So no court today, no court Tuesday. I think they return next Thursday. We'll be there. It's been adjourned until then. All right, I got an interesting text from a number I don't know. It says that in Hausa, we say, Kai Shegeni. It may mean an insult or a praise that you are brutally stubborn in a positive way. I think, Kai Shegeni pa Paul, in the sense that you are cutting the propaganda of the 24-hour economy into pieces. Kai Shegeni, you are doing great. Walaikum salam. All righty. Okay. Last one. Let's do the text montage, and then I hit the touch screen. So we are now ready. Let's set it together, hit the touch screen, finish the analysis. Dr. Gideon Boako is here. He'll finish with us. We'll take a break. We go to the US, come back, go to Kenya, come back, and then we'll be wrapping up. This is Good Evening Ghana. Don't go anywhere. Let the montage come. What a story occurring at the NPP national headquarters in Accra today. What is the story? Mumuni Baomia's son Mahmoud has selected Oyoko's golden boy Napo, the chemistry titan from Prempeh College, as his running mate to rehash the Northern People's Party cum NLM alliance that birthed the UP and later the NPP. This choice comes with the full support of JB Dankwa's favorite nephew, the sitting president, and Oforipenyi Fie. Earlier, Nana Poku has sought the blessings from the West. He visited Nzima Kotoko to engage with the chiefs. The choice is heavily supported by Sekonde, Takoradi, and Esikado. The Mole Dagbanis are relishing an MPP president in their son from Mamprusi. The Gonjes are salivating another northern president, and they, the Gonjes, feel a big part of this because they have handed over their capital Damango to the MPP's Jinapo in 2020. The Busa and Kusasis are relishing the potential that Mumuni Baomia's son could become president. The Bonos are a big part of this because they lead the MPP at this time through Chairman Stephen Intim. The Dangerous are eager to see another son of Apejafie climb the political ladder. All the fancy boys like Napo, and in Greater Accra, the big battleground, the Ga boys and girls will be inspired by Napo's agility and energy. Teshis Okoboy, Osulagata Ninoy Norte are both showing bright signs of winning, whilst Joseph Ado is seeking possibilities in Labadi. Oh, what a campaign this will be. Join us now on Good Evening Ghana for the rest, the full story.
To break the heads, it's possible a drama.
Okay, straight to the analysis. So we are talking about the New Patriotic Party, and we're going to put in context the choice that Dr. Baumia has made today. So this is the MPP. The MPP is divided into several strands of people, okay, like any political party. So the MPP has some people, the NLM group. They are there. They are still there. They've not gone anywhere. And then there's the UP group. They are still there. They've not gone anywhere. And then you also have the NPP group. So this NPP is Northern People's Party. So the NPP here is the umbrella body, the New Patriotic Party. This NPP is Northern People's Party. So this is what the NPP is made up of. So if you give me any NPP person, I can put him anywhere. Viewers, just send a text, name any NPP person, including Akufo-Addo, anybody, and I will show you why he's here, why he's there, or why he's here. If you get 1 or 2 texts, you can put it out. But I can start the analysis. So there are elements in the NPP who are NLM. Who are these elements in the NPP? Usefri Akoto, first accused, is NLM. Usefri Akoto, he's NLM. Now, who are these NLM guys? Let me get another person. Apia Minka, NLM. Apia Minka is NLM. Victor Usu, NLM. Okay. I'll come to those who are UP. J. Ekufor, UP. J. Ekufor, UP. J. Ekufor is UP. Who else is UP? Give me the names. Kwabene Japan is an interesting. I think I'll put Kwabene Japan in between UP and LLM. Okay. I'll put him in between UP and NLM. The party chairman, Stephen Intim, NLM. Chairman Sabunsu, majority leader, NLM. Chairman Sabunsu is NLM. Okay, now who are the NLM people? Okay, Northern People's Party, you have Dr. Baumia. You have Alhaji Jaula, may he rest in peace. You have Lawyer Al-Hassan, Aliu Mahama, all that group of people, the Northern People's Party, those who support the philosophy of the New Patriotic Party, but who take their roots and their origins from Dombo. Very, very important. Abe Ifa Kabu, himself and his father, they are all MPP. Abe Ifa. As for the younger Kabu, I can swing him to NLM a little bit. So who are the NLM people? The NLM people in the MPP are those who are not so concerned about, are those who are concerned about the purity of the philosophy, the purity of it, that this is us. It is not about elections, so we are changing something. No. This is who we are. This is how Ajiman Prempe set it up. This is how we did with Dombo. This is NLM, full one. We don't change, we don't bend. This is NLM people. There are plenty of them. Also, if you are today, see when you talk to them about something, they'll say, "An MPP, yes, I know. Namu de debia, namu kofa bibi, oh biaba, no de biaba, namu so we yes, I know." That is NLM people. That's MPP, NLM. There are plenty there. UP, MPP are those who are maybe 60% NLM, but 40% moderate. They accept other people. They accept other views. That's typical J. Ekufor. You know, those kinds of people. Joe Apia, NLM, put him there. NLM. Joe Apia is NLM. William Oforiatta, Pauli is UP. They are the people who, you know. So this is the MPP, and this is how the MPP has managed its business from the beginning. So the MPP, this division in the MPP came to a crescendo in 1979. Can I write 79 here? Okay, 1979. Where the split was clear. So you had the UNC, the broad-based UNC, and you also had the PFP. So this is where the split was. Now the UNC people, the United National Convention people, William Oforiatta and his group, were talking about broad-based. Let's broaden the base of our party. Now, their philosophy is that, look, the MPP has something very, very good. Let us not keep it within ourselves. Let's share with other people. Let's embrace other people. And then the classic NLM people in Ahifie will ask you that, now other people now, that's the NLM people in MPP. That's how they are. But the U people will say that it doesn't matter. Let us be conciliatory. Let us open up, because we have such a great program. We have such a great philosophy. We have such a great dedication to Ghana that if we open up, many more people will join us and will become a very big party. And NLM will say, when I was in the brain, I had the sign of an away, the moment I say, and he feel the Pesano coming from no castle, no any pie. That's NLM. So in 1979, the UNC people became very strong because they got a very important figure to lead them, Pauli. And then that is why you will see in the UNC Samuel Okujeto. That is the old Okujeto. You will see Obeda Samwa. You will see Justice D.F. Annan. You will see Alhaji Muhammad Idrisu. That is why William Oforiatta chose Alhaji Muhammad Idrisu as his running mate. Who did the PFP choose as their running mate? They went back to chieftaincy and they chose Torona. That is who they are. They are chieftaincy to chieftaincy to chieftaincy to our motherland. Full stop. We don't do Kwame Nkrumah's things. chieftaincy Menchia, chieftaincy Bewa Palace, chieftaincy Tolon, chieftaincy Second D. That's who they are. So the running mate for the PFP was Tolona, another purist NLM. Okay, I'm coming down to show you what Dr. Baumia has done with this choice. So by and large, this is MPP. All right. Did they say I should close it so I can get to the... And then, so PFP and UNC then became MPP. Okay, so now let's get into the MPP analysis since it started. It started with the leadership of Professor Dubois. The NLM elements, they don't want to do Boahin. The NLM elements then were Kwame Safwedu. You know, he was proper NLM. Kwame Safwedu, Ashanti doctor. Proper NLM. I think that between John Ajekum Kufuor and Kwame Adokufuor, if we have to choose one of them who is NLM, I will guess it will be Kwame Adokufuor. Because, you know, he was friends with Kwame Amwakutufuor. They are proper NLM, or they don't compromise on anything. They are NLM, strong. Kwame Amakutu for them. So Adokufuor might shift more towards NLM, but J. Kufuor is certainly UP in the middle with Buzia. J. Kufuor is everything Buzia. If Buzia turns left, Kufuor turns left. Buzia turns right, Kufuor turns right. Kufuor is Buzia. And Buzia is UP, is conciliatory. He's a professor from Oxford. He speaks a lot of English. He doesn't come from Ashanti royal family. He comes from Wenchi royal family in the Bono region. So yes, that's what happened. So when Edubwahin became leader, the NLM elements were not quite happy with it. They were not. Kwame Pianim, NLM. But he was such a great guy that even with his LNM philosophy, he's able to put that aside and then sort of try and open up. That's why Pianim was super popular. Because whilst the NLM people embraced him as one of them, he was also able to share his conciliatory and middle ground views with other people. So when Edubwahin became the leader, NLM were not happy. Then they tried to organize Kwame Pianim, it didn't work. That's why he didn't go to Safwedu. Because the UP people also didn't want Safwedu, an LM person, to become. So Kufuor was the big compromise in the middle, and he became. Okay, so that's the story. Let me close this one, and then let's get to, yes, great. So these are the analysis. NLM is Northern People's Party. And this is Mumuni Baumia and SD Dombo, who set up the Northern People's Party. The Northern People's Party went into an alliance with the National Liberation Movement, the NLM of... The NLM was set up by Bafo Sakoto, Usefri Akoto's father, together with Ajiman Prempe, the king of Asante at the time. And they set it up so that they will have policies that are intrinsically connected to resolving the issues in Gold Coast. Nothing to do with the borders outside Gold Coast. They wanted to fix the Gold Coast for themselves and fix the Gold Coast to be a great country. They clashed with Nkrumah's philosophy that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. They were not particularly excited about the liberation of the African continent. They thought that if you can fix Ghana and it becomes Krabeshe, everybody will follow and everything will fall in place. Those arguments can still be made today. Who was right, who was wrong? We can talk about it all day. But it's just important that our country has that history. And it shows that we're a country that has been thinking for a very long time, which is great, isn't it? So this is Mumuni Baumia, and this is Dombo. So they were the Northern People's Party. Then they came together with the National Liberation Movement, NLM. The fighter, Bafo Sakoto on the right, the Asante Hene, Prempe II, I believe it was, on the left. Together, they formed the National Liberation Movement with the pen of Dr. J.B. Dankwa. NLM was formed with Dankwa's pen and with the ideas and resources from these two men. The ideas, the resources from these two men, Dankwa arranged the policy, who is going to be national chairman, how it's going to be. Dankwa was a scribe, you know. So he was the backbone in terms of the intellectual backbone of the NLM. Bafo Sakoto was a leading force behind, in front of it, and the Asante Hene was the force behind it, and Dankwa was the brain that was animating it. So that's the NLM. Okay, let's move on. Then came the, oh no, we jump UP. We jump UP. Okay, well, NLM to UP, that's what they wrote here, so that's not bad. Now, how did the UP come about? The UP came about because Kwame Nkrumah became concerned with the ferocity of the NLM, the ferocity of the Northern People's Party. The Gans had Gamashimokwe, who were all part of the opposition, and then Dankwa was sort of putting these people together. It's from the Gashimokwe that the UNC became popular among the Gans. So the Gashimokwe is sort of Dankwa's party as well, and the Tokyo Joes, they were in Accra, they were lawyers, they were, you know, Nikwam Naboni, all of those guys were part of the movement, and they also bought into the philosophy of the NLM that let us deal with our country. Let us spend the resources of Gold Coast on Gold Coast and make sure that Gold Coast rises up, and they compare themselves to Switzerland and to smaller countries across the world who were doing fantastic at the time. and they disagreed with Nkrumah's philosophy that let's push the independence agenda outside the borders of the Gold Coast. So the Tokyo Joes came in to join that. You can read all this in Dennis Austin's book. That's where I got it from. Dennis Austin's book is entitled Politics in Ghana, 1945 to 1960. If you Google it, it's there. I have copies. I can share with you. All right. So that's the NLM-UP. And then came the Progress Party. So then in 1969, the Progress Party, by that time Nkrumah had been overthrown, and then they put together the Progress Party. But the Progress Party was one UP, Abrifa Buzia, the Prime Minister, and the General Secretary of the party, Darocha, is complete NLM. Full-blood NLM, 1,000%. BJ Darocha is NLM. He has no apologies for that. So that's how the UP was shaped up. And then after the Achampong coup, chaos came, all chaos broke loose. So these men became the UNC. So UP through to PP, but this is the UNC group. So you have Justice D.F. Annan, William Oforiatta, and Dr. Obed Asamoah. Obed Asamoah was in fact the General Secretary of the UNC, the United National Convention, the broad-based part of the NLM. The NLM part that felt that let us spread across, let us go broad, let us go that way. And then somehow they didn't win the election. And then here you have the PFP, Popular Fronts Party. They maintained the purity of the philosophy, National Liberation Movement. They were not about to do any broad-based and all those things they were talking about. They were about surviving on the philosophy of the National Liberation Movement. Take the country and make it work. We are not interested in any other things. Just let the country work. It was led by Victor Usu, a famous NLM lawyer, and Tolona from the north. Okay, so that also didn't work. You know that the 79 election was lost by both parties. Liman won, the coup came, chaos all over the place for 11 years. Choboy for 11 years, nothing happened. And then we went into 1992 Constitution. When we were going into 1992 Constitution, they then brought NPP, the New Patriotic Party. Okay, so the New Patriotic Party would include all of these people. Justice D.F. Annan granted an interview to Kweku Sechado where he said that I'm a member of the UP tradition, but I cannot be a member of the NPP. And the question was put to him that Justice D.F. Annan, looking at your past political philosophy, you seem closer to NPP than actually NDC. He said, well, I can agree with you. I am a member of the United Party. I belong to that philosophy, but I cannot be a member of the New Patriotic Party. I am a member of the National Democratic Congress. So this is the new group. Obed Asamoah, of course, we all know, is also became Attorney General for the new group. Pa Wuli had died by the time the NPP came in. If Pa Wuli had not died, perhaps he would have been the presidential candidate again. Victor Usu was not dead, but he was very, very weak. And Usu died later on after Kufuor had been elected president. And so the NPP today has been lacking something in terms of restoring the leadership of old. And at the beginning of the campaign, some of the Bawumia supporters started showing that which NPP was lacking. They put the Dankwa Buzia Dombo photograph there. And then they had Buzia, Kufuor represent Buzia in the new generation. They had Akufo-Addo represent Dankwa in the new generation. And it was felt that Dombo had not been represented. In fact, that was the concern of Mumuni Bawumia, for which reason he was not particularly enthused about the UP. Mumuni Bawumia felt that the strength of the Northern People's Party was not being sufficiently recognized in the arrangements between the Northern People's Party and the NLM. This is the account of Dennis Austin again. So Mumuni Bawumia was feeling very strongly about that. He found himself then engaging with the Nkrumahs, and later in life engaging with the PNDC and the NDC, National Democratic Congress. So it is very ironic what is happening to the NPP today. Can you guess what? Mumuni Bawumia's son is now the one who comes to restore the Northern People's Party's role in the NLM-UP Association and Alliance. That's what has happened today. If you can get me Dr. Bawumia's photograph with Napo, if you can put it together, and we'll deal with it. So that's what has happened today. Mumuni Bawumia, who was a big force in the Northern People's Party, actually, he probably was senior to Dombo, I think. He was not particularly excited at Dombo. Why are you going to Parliament and conceding your leadership to Buzia when you have more members than Buzia? And Dombo said, oh, you know what, my boss? Buzia is better educated than I am. This is the era where we need people. I mean, we have to do something about Dombo. I don't know whether we still have that character in politics. A man who has a leadership position to occupy, 1961, goes into parliament with more numbers in the MPP than the NLM. The MPP won more votes than the NLM did. They went into parliament and they are looking for minority leader. And there's an alliance they formed. So minority leader will naturally come from the MPP. Bafo Osakoto convinced Dombo that he should step aside for Buzia. And Dombo agreed. That's a great politician. He said, oh, I'm but just an ordinary teacher. Buzia is a professor. I think that I should consider this. I'll be deputy minority leader. Buzia will be leader. Umuni Baumia was not happy with that. And rightly so. Today, what the MPP has been able to achieve is to restore the role, dignity, unity, and togetherness of the Northern People's Party, to remember the role that they played in getting the UP a big name and a big image in parliament, leading up to the processes of the overthrow of Nkrumah and then eventually political power in 1969. That's what the MPP has done. They have recognized Mahamudu Bawumia, Mumuni's son, and they are telling Mumuni that we are sorry, but here you are, your son is now the leader of the United Great Party. Now, what does Mumuni Bawumia do? He goes out there and picks a running mate from the NLM and says, well, I'm here. The UNC have had their day. William Oforiatta and Akufo-Addo and all of them have had their day. The PFP had their day. They've had their day with Kufuor and Victor Usu. Somehow, the original motors of this idea, the National Liberation Movement, somehow they've never had their day. And I can assure you, viewers, that's the only reason why Usu Ife-Akoto ran. Usu Ife-Akoto did not run. But you remember what he said? He said, I am running because I want to be the presidential candidate of the MPP. He was running because of heritage, because that group of people have never really been listened to. And people like Dr. Richard Anani, who are in the MPP and who are NLM, have always felt that, but why is it that we set the thing up? Buzia comes, Kufuor has come, Akufo-Addo has come, and as for us, they're nothing. That kind of thing. So what Bawumia has done is something significant. He's brought back the Northern People's Party so that all the Northerners who have been told from generations that, oh, you know what, they cheated us. When we went there, they didn't mind us. Don't support them. Don't support them. They are not good people. All of those people, they have been restored because Mumuni Bawumia from the Northern People's Party is now the presidential candidate of the MPP going to 2024 elections. And then what does he do? He goes back to Menchia Palace, knocks at the door of Nana Sajiman Prempeh, may he rest in peace, and says, give me one of your sons. I'll make him the running mate. Together, now we have come the full circle. Now this is the total story. This is how we can have a united front to win this all-important election. This election that seems impossible, this is the way we can win it. So that's what Dr. Bawumia has done. And you will see it in the weeks coming ahead. As the campaign takes shape, you will see that the unity of the MPP might come in faster than we think, because all strands of opinion, all shades of opinion, everyone historically has been served their cup of tea. And now it is the restoration of the earlier arrangement. This time, not with LNM leading, but with NLM behind. The thing that Mumuni Bawumia was talking about, that we have the numbers, we should lead, they should come behind. It didn't happen then. Bawumia has made it possible today. So this is the story. This is why Matthew Poku Prempeh and Bodi Nyamiche, the pastor, are singing that song. You remember the song I started with? Hallelujah, Yesu dina ye wampa. That's why they are singing that song. So this is the story. From today, we are going to look at it and we'll be checking it out and telling you all the aspects and strands of the historic. But I think we can make also available on our Facebook page Dennis Austin's book, Politics in Ghana, 1945 to 1960. It's a solid material of Ghanaian, historical Ghanaian elections. You see names like Jenkle Jewu in there. You see names like Kofi Baku in there. All the analysis. It's unfortunate that the CPP didn't last long until this day. It would have made our analysis super, super good. But here we are. This is the story. And so congratulations, we can say, to Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. We have a montage for him just before Gideon Boaku takes his seat. Here is Napo in the montage. What a story occurring at the NPP national headquarters in Accra today. What is the story? Mumuni Bawumia's son Mahmoud has... related to the Ashanti royalty?
I don't know what you mean by Ashanti.
I mean Asante Hinotun 482 and
that's my grandfather.
That's your father's father?
Yes.
Literally?
Yes, Prempeh II was my father's father.
Prempeh II is your father's father. That's your grandfather.
Yes.
But the 2482 then cannot be a...
He's still my grandfather.
I don't understand.
In a sentence, once he sits on the stool.
So Prempeh II was your father's father?
Yes.
So your father's brother is Opokuwari?
Prempeh II's brother is Opokuwari.
So Opokuwari is also your grandfather?
Yes, all of them. Once you have Asante, you're my grandfather.
Dr. Gideon Boako is also the MPP parliamentary candidate for Tano North, where he is expected to win. Biggie is already an MPP seat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So soon to be honorable. Spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. This must have been a difficult choice. What happened?
Well, I'm not too sure about the difficulty of the choice. I think anybody who has followed our politics, and you are a great historian, you know, your memory about the past and the issues that happened in the early hours or early days of our political dispensation is quite perfect. If you followed the NPP tradition and where we have come from and where we have gotten to, and the unique selection of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and you really wanted to connect history to tradition, it wouldn't have been difficult to think that first the selection of the running mate must be something that should take a certain region into consideration and the tradition of the party into consideration. We were in the early days of the formation of UP from NLM and NPP, the Northern People's Party, whereby the Northern People's Party had a majority in parliament, and then NLM came with just, you know, the minutest of the number. And yet the NPP, Northern People's Party, ceded their majority seat position to the NLM. Today, you have a reverse situation. You have those, quote unquote, from the Northern People's Party, tradition, represented by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, coming in with minority seats in parliament, so to speak. And those from the NLM side coming with majority seats in parliament. And yet, they decided to elect, you understand, they decided to elect somebody from the minority side to be their leader. And interestingly, in those days, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's father was part of the key architects for the formation of NLM. Dr. Osofri Yakutu's father was the face of NLM, and he was the face for that, collaboration between NLM and the NPP. And yet, Dr. Bawumia's father and the Northern People's Party people decided to stay behind and give the chance to the NLM fraternity. And today, you have the same, repetition. Dr. Bawumia is there, and Bafo Akoto's son, Dr. Osofri Akoto, also contested the election. And this tradition decided that let us flip the coin and give the opportunity to those from the minority, and those of us from the majority will stay behind. And those in the minority who have been, put in the front position decided that let's go to NLM and pick somebody from NLM to be the running mate. And Dr. Matupoku Prempeh is coming from Manhyia. NLM was birthed at Manhyia. And this time around, we have somebody also from Manhyia, a typical NLM tradition, who is the running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So it's a rebirth of the UP tradition. When we say UP tradition, the amalgamation of NLM and the other smaller parties, and then NPP. Today, we have seen another rebirth. It's more or less a reincarnation of the UP tradition. And that is why I agree with you that the unity of the NPP is going to be stronger, and the process is going to assume an acceleration more than what other people may think. So every single NPP person should be happy, because we are having a kind of leadership and a ticket today that represents the true foundations of the party. And for me, that is what satisfies me. It gives hope to everybody that it's a matter of time. Everyone will have a representation in the NPP. And so I don't think it was difficult for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to decide on who to become the running mate. Of course, we needed to allow time to define the movements and how we go about it based on the dictates of the Constitution. And lo and behold, by the grace of God, the New Patriotic Party has gone to National Council, selected a running mate. And I am not too old, so to speak, in the NPP, but I followed the selection of running mate. I remember when Dr. Bawumia was being selected, was it at Alisa Hotel?
Same place, same Alisa.
No, Fiesta or Alisa?
Alisa.
Alisa Hotel.
2008.
More or less went into the night.
Late in the night.
Late in the night.
It took Kufuor to settle it.
Exactly. It was not an easy decision, but this one has been the smoothest, if I can remember. And I remember when Dr. Bawumia was selected, the kind of comments that greeted the selection. Opposition here and there, we won't agree, we won't accept it. Same with Alhaji Lumbama of blessed memory. We have not seen that with the selection of Dr. Matupoku Prempeh. You've seen unanimous acceptance of the candidacy of Dr. Matupoku Prempeh. That shows that it's a ticket, or it's a selection that more or less everybody is happy with it.
Is that what happened that we were not there, the National Executive, was it?
Oh,
National Executive meeting ended very quickly, so I assume that it was just approved.
It was a smooth process.
National Council also ended before 6 o'clock.
No, look, the
So,
entire
one of
process,
the shortest National Council
the entire
meetings.
process did not last for more than 2 hours.
Was President Akufo-Addo there?
Yes, the shortest. The entire process did not last for more than 2 hours. I remember very well when Dr. Bawumia was selected.
Oh, that went into the night.
It was,
Late.
you understand. But look at this selection. It has been very smooth. It also shows the kind of confidence the party and the leadership of the party have in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the kind of respect they accord to him, that we believe and respect your judgment. Once you've come with a decision, we're all in anticipation, we've perused whatever you presented to us, and we think that is the best for us to go with.
Okay, you've made the traditional case for it, but let's look at the political case for it. Why is Mnati Opoku Prempeh a better choice in this election where the NPP is seeking something that has not happened in Ghana's Fourth Republic to secure a third-term victory? Akufo-Addo nearly got it in 2008. He didn't, so it's not part of the record. What is the political choice in making Matthew Opoku Prempeh the running mate?
I think the political choice, comes in varied shades. If you are a candidate and you want to select a running mate, the overarching idea is that you win the elections and you run your government with the person. So all those virtues and attributes that anybody will expect from a running mate. And the vice president gives some indication in his interview with the African Watch that you must trust the person must be loyal, competent, hardworking, and the two of you must be compatible. I think Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, satisfies all of this. He has those kind of traits. But beyond that, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not just into be a ceremonial, presidential candidate. He wants to win the elections. So who do you think can complement you in terms of drawing in votes to win the elections? And in drawing in votes, there are two sides of it. First, you need to think about how you are going to consolidate your gains and then how you're going to bring outsiders also to your fold. But what is important to the NPP is that we need at all material points in time to consolidate our gains. If you study the electoral history, NPP has never lost elections in this country from 2000 with less than 47% of the Ghanaian votes. Anytime we lost, the lowest we have gone to is 47%. NPP has lost elections in this country with 49+%. Unlike the NDC has gone to 43%, 44%, and they have hovered around that. It tells you that the core typical base of the NPP in this country is far above that of the NDC. And so if you have a core typical base of the party, that constitutes between 47 and 49% of the Ghanaian electoral college. It means that you have to consolidate your gains there. If you're able to do that, inspire confidence, inspire hope in the party, do away with disgruntled party people, do away with despondency, automatically you have 47 to 49%. All that you need
before you start.
Before you start.
So that on December 6th, you are starting at 47.
That is it. If you follow the electoral history, NPP on average, okay, if we're able to work so hard to consolidate our gains, you start with 47 to 49%. We've never gone below 47% in this country since 2000. Unlike the NDC, that has done 43%, and that has been their area they operate. So if you're able to consolidate your gains, it means that you start the election with...
What is the meaning of consolidating your gains?
Making sure that the people in your party, none, not a single one of them, decides that for A reason or B reason, I'm not going to sit at home. I'm not deciding that I won't vote. In politics, people have expectations.
You're trying to rekindle, you're trying to fight off apathy.
Exactly. People have expectations. When those expectations are not met, so many decisions come to play, apathy and all of that. And NPP suffered that in 2008. In 2008, the first round, if you had more, about 30,000 votes more,